Yo, PW Stag, January 13, 2022. If there's an affordable house that comes up, chances are there's going to be heaps of people who want to jump in and buy the house. We're going out to have a look at the target house. There's going to be cash buyers from Sydney and Melbourne. You got to have your deposit together or a guarantor, and it's just competitive. So how do you buy a house? Proof of income. Is it possible to buy a house? That's what today's video is all about.
Everything that happens is
Try and make friends with the agent, because the agent can actually help you. The most important thing is that the house meets our criteria. You're the guy that brings the person who wants to buy the house together with the house.
So basically you have to refinance your property.
If you're dealing with a mortgage broker and he's the guy that's telling you all the reasons why he can't get you the finance, he's the wrong mortgage broker. If your mortgage broker is just not really helping you, find a different mortgage broker. This broker will actually go on all day. You've got to get these people off the phone. If you're not cashed up, the market is so competitive. Almost impossible for the average person to buy a house. There's not enough houses. The banks are tightening their lending criteria. It's not easy, especially if you're a first home buyer. We want to buy a house.
Hey, did you see the big power lines when we drove in?
Yeah. We might actually get our Geiger meter. This is the feeling where you're driving into a suburb and a neighborhood that you've never been to before, and you're about to see the house that you might be buying. Look at these other houses. I mean, there's some nice houses in this suburb. Stop, I like that one there. Now it's a matter of going to the open tomorrow. All of the other people there that want to buy the same house, finance pretty much organised. We've identified the suburb. We need to have a look at what comparative houses are selling for in this area. Then we need to make an offer, be friends with the agent. It's basically like waiting for all the suns and planets to line up. Now we're going to have a look at another house in the same area, priced pretty close to the one that we want to buy. Civilization not too far away. We're looking for a house that's not too much of a fixer-upper. I definitely think I like the other side of the suburb a bit better. It's not going to be easy buying a house in 2022. There are still gems out there to be found. I mean, the market's so competitive. The banks are tightening their lending criteria. The brokers are pretty choosy about who they want to deal with. If it's an affordable house in a good area, you're going to be competing against a whole lot of other people, probably from Sydney and Melbourne. People sell their $2 and $3 million houses, buy an $800,000 house. They've still got over $2 million in the bank. What? How do you compete with that if you're a first home buyer? It's really difficult to get the house you want at the price you want. So if they're asking, you know, $700K for a house, you're gonna have to be offering at least $770K in Australia probably to get the deal. But if it's subject to finance, you'll be blown out of the water by a cash buyer. You might actually be better waiting for the market just to contract a little bit. If you buy a house and something happens to the real estate market and the house you paid $800K for suddenly only worth $600K, you can lose your house with a huge debt to the bank, having to declare bankruptcy, getting kicked out the street. No one wants that problem. I would much prefer to be renting if it means I wasn't going to have, you know, a whole lot of things potentially go wrong.